It's only a model. Shh.
We're knights of the rhomboid table, not round, or square, or triangle. We come to hang and chat like a gang on Fridays as we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're knights of the rhomboid table, our host is formidable. He runs his trains, loves insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's hobby mad in Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Quite incomprehensible. No wrenching and we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
And see it, you'll love it, and it falls on in the best possible way.
Hey, fellow Knights of the Rhomboid table. Hello, everyone on the other side of this camera and computer monitor. Hope you're all well. Didn't get myself organized here. You know, normally I say it feels like the week's gone by really fast. You know, like, wow, it's already Friday again. No, this one feels like it's been weeks since I did my last live stream. Just so much going on off camera, and I've just been out of touch with, continue to stay out of touch with YouTube. But anyhow, I hope you're all well. Let's see who is here, at least who is still on the list. We welcome Sir Anthony from Chilberton Junction, and 2 people just dropped off my list as I started greeting. Sir Digger Evans is here. Sir Andy, the head of the Knights of the Rhomboid Table Air Force, or Air Farce, as we should call it. Hello, Sir JD from Grandpa Rails. We have Sir Ifo Fanzan is here. Sir Jean Ricard is here. Sir John Benicki is here. The Sergeant at Arms is here. Sir Joseph Agliato is here. Sir Dino from the Model Railway Shed is here. And Sir Wolfsex Phoenix Paul is here. how are you? Great to have you. I did have, I saw Mom and Tammy, Dame Tammy and Sir Ray were here, but they popped off. Sir Andrew from March West Junction just popped in. Hello. But yeah, I think that's everybody on my list right now. So we'll see how folks are doing as they pop in, but at least I can put this. There they are. Tammy and Ray just pop back up on my screen and list. Sir Chris from the Valley is here. So, yeah, obviously, if you've been following my channel the last couple of weeks, I've been putting up a bunch of deck building videos, and I know it's not train related, but as I always say, I just put all my stuff on one channel and try to keep it train related, but I can't always. So that has been preoccupying my time. I did a little work today, but not much. I had to run out to the lumber yard again and get more stuff. Hey, Sir Tim is here. There he is. I wondered where you were, but I just wait for people to say hello, and then they pop up on my list. So our Chief Executive Officer is here, Sir Tim of Dowd from Newport. But yeah, it's been long hours. Even when I don't seem to get a lot done. There's a lot of hours where I'm measuring, checking angles, doing all sorts of things, putting these little adapter kits together for the railings and all that. And, you know, and then I have other things, the cooking and some of the other stuff that I tend to be in charge of. Although lately cooking's been ordering. Just so busy. It's just been frantic. I really didn't get as much done today. I worked for 4 hours, of which 1.5 hours was on the road to the lumber yard and back. But yeah, so anyhow, I did get back to train related stuff. The big news, of course, is I've got a new train. It is a never was or a false flag or whatever terminology you like to use. It is a ICE3 from the German company Piko, which they just recolored in an Amtrak style livery. But I've wanted to get an American train for a while. And the thing is, I'm not into freight, so I had to find a passenger train. Well, that meant Amtrak. And I had been looking at this company, Lemke, which is now owned by Kato. But Lemke was a German or Austrian? I think they're German. Lemke was a German company that is now owned by Kato, or they are licensed to release Kato European models on continental Europe. But anyhow, Lemke has a whole series of modern image, modern era Amtrak locomotives. And I was going to get those, but I couldn't find modern era cars. I know they're out there, but I couldn't find any on eBay and so forth that where I liked the style and matched the locos I was looking at. So I came across the Piko ICE3 and I saw it and I just thought, why not? Too impatient to wait for the Brightline Velaro. Yeah, maybe. I mean, impatience. I am a study in contrast. I'm a very impatient person or a very patient person. I'll wait forever. But once I make a decision or decide I want to do this now, then I become very impatient. I'll wait forever. I've been hemming and hawing about getting an American train for a couple of years. But once I decided, yeah, I'm going to get one, I started looking. And once I started looking, it's like, okay, it's either this or this. Can I get the cars for this? No, then I'm going to get this. And of course, I had to send it off to California, where my man Andrew Chevalier from AC Euro Trains converted it. And he had to completely convert this because this was a 2-rail analog DC system, and he had to convert it to 3-rail digital, and so he did a fabulous job. The only negative was that when I actually got this a couple of weeks ago, and I was running it in and starting to film the first impressions video. I was running it in, and all of a sudden it just stopped working. And again, I could not pry the motor coach open to get inside and see for myself. Otherwise, I would have seen the wire. And just what happens is the wires get pinched. And so when the car was going through a turnout, it just probably pinched and stretched the wire enough that it popped off wherever it disconnected. But yeah, I sent it back. He fixed it, no charge. Sent it back to me. It arrived yesterday. I ran it in, did the video that I've posted, and now it's here. So let's go ahead and look at the trains. And let me see who else is coming in. Has anybody else come in that... Oh, Sir Leslie Gilpin is here. Sir Jake from Haunted Railway is here. And just have a go. Now, again, I don't know my American trains very well. I see the Asilas on the East Coast, and I think those look great. But none of the companies I tend to follow has made an HO for 2-rail or 3-rail. I have not seen an Asila set. But I'm sure there are plenty of American companies that make them. I know Lionel makes tons of them in O-scale. So I'm sure they're out there. I'm not saying they're not out there. I just, I was looking for, first of all, starting with something that I know would work or be easy to convert. With the American companies, you know, Bachmann USA or Athern or some of the other American companies, I don't know how easy they would be to put the shoe and everything in. For example, this Piko, and let's get to it so you can see what I'm talking about if you didn't see the video. So we'll go to the 11-lane view and you can see what's running today. So I got the RailJet in front, and then there it is, number 1980, the Amtrak ICE3. And just for some shits and giggles, I've got the German ICE3 as a comparison there. I'm running a freight train again because I try to keep you freight train people happy. It's a container freight. It's being pulled by a Saarland 181.2 locomotive. And then I've got the BR440 NordWestBahn Regio EMU in blue there. And then way in the back, I decided to go with a steamer again, just since I'm appeasing the freight guys. I thought I'd throw another steamer in. So I'm running the Prussian P8 steamer in the background. And what did Chris just say? Hey, Sir Ian of King Fox is here. Great to have you, Ian. That's right. Yeah, I was seeing your videos and seeing your comments, Anthony at Choberton Junction. Your cab died, and so you are unable to run your system right now. So anyhow, let's go ahead and get these guys in motion. I did a little bit of test running before going live, so I'm hoping everything's all right. And so there goes, and so there goes the Amtrak. I'm going to start them off slow so you can kind of get an idea. And again, I think I like it. Don't get me wrong. If you watch my video, I love this thing. I'm a little nervous after it popping a wire 2 weeks ago and having to send it back. But it ran fine yesterday for the videos. It's run fine today. But I'm running it slow just to let y'all see it. But I'm a little nervous, of course. All right, let's get the the other ICE3 in motion. Zoom, there it goes. And let's get this freighter in motion. And then I can get full up on the chat and get this live stream. I think that'll work well enough. And I'll get to the floor in just a minute, everybody. So just patience, please. I'm doing my best to remember to get to the floor right away. And on the floor, we're running the Azuma and the Mallard. There you go, wake up. Okay, there we go. All right, so hey, Sir Graham from Leamington Station is here, and Sir Simon from SJ Train World is here. Nice to have you two gentlemen in here. All right, so that's everybody in motion. I'll go to the floor cam real quick and let you guys get a catch up on. And you'll see I've added some pictures just so that if I stick too long on the floor cam, what I need to do is get one more cam right here and then the above scene, or, well, don't worry about that. So anyhow, how is everybody doing? Has Sir Mick arrived? We got to get the bar open. Hopefully, if not, we'll have to have an associate take care of that. Hey, Sir John Benicki is here. Hello, and Sir Rayron is here. Hello, hello. And again, to all of you who watch in the background or watch on replay, I want to thank you all for keeping the views going. Speaking of views, at 5 p.m. today, towards the end of my live stream, Sparky 107 Dave is going live. So if you get bored with this, you can always pop over to his live stream. Oh, well, that's very nice. Thank you. You're at the bar waiting for food, so it's definitely open. Okay. Yes, they did, EFO. I was noticing that because I was toying with the idea of getting the Piko starter set with an ICE3 a long time ago. I'm not sure why. You know, just getting the starter set, getting their little smart controller and stuff like that. I'm trying to remember why I was thinking of getting it. Because they have a AC version of it, and then they have a DC version of it. Their ICE3. But yeah, they've done a few different liveries with the ICE3. And this one, you know, I say this one, but I don't currently have it up on camera. But I really had quite a few of these Lemke locomotives that I was thinking of getting. I showed them on the live stream last week, and I really was digging them. I like them a lot, and there's a part of me that's thinking I'm still going to get the one that I really liked. And in honesty, EFO, if you want to have a real good laugh at me, I did not know that the Piko analog basic version of the ICE3 quick, where is it? There we go, there's a good shot of it. I did not know this came with the pin connector couplings. I just assumed this would have standard, you know, NEM couplings, or, you know, RELX, or, you know, whatever, the little hook, the standard European couplers. I did not know, because I was thinking I could get this and then I could buy one of the Lemke locomotives as well, and then just take the main body cars and put it behind that Lemke Amtrak locomotive. But I can't, obviously. I'd have to get some sort of adapter, and I don't know if Piko would sell a standard adapter like that, the way Roco sells an adapter from their pin cushions here to regular couplings. Oh, hey, Sir Raymond, how are you? Great to have you here. So only the old player. No, I know Piko did have an ICE set, or Roco did, that had just the basic couplers and not the pincushion couplers. I've seen those cars actually in person. So either somebody traded out the couplers and put standard couplers in, but they were not the pincushion couplers, because I thought it was weird. You have the Piko ICE3 and you love it. Well, I mean, and that's great. I just love the ICE3 is one of my 2 or 3 favorite trains. The RailJet, the ICE3, and any of the Class 800s in the UK are right up there, 1, 2, and 3. Now, you start fighting over liveries, well, that guy right there, the Austrian RailJet, I said Czech again, the Austrian RailJet, he kind of steals the show. That is my favorite livery, is the Austrian RailJet. Followed quickly by the Czech RailJet, the ICE3, and the Azuma Class 800. Hey, welcome in, Ammo Point. Great to have you. Hey, Sir Clive is here. Nice to have you, Sir Clive. I did not watch your video this morning yet, darn it. That was one of the ones I was going to get to and missed. A lot of people, Fridays, a lot of people put out videos. Or yours was last night and I didn't. Because you had, it was the one about bad wrapping. The title implied somebody did not wrap their stuff, which, oh my goodness, I can't believe how badly some people pack stuff. Now, personally, I've only received one package where I thought the person really did an idiot job boxing it up. But I have seen so many openings. I mean, I remember a few years ago when Ollie from Wardle Road did an unboxing, and the guy just had sold him all these locomotives and cars, and then he just piled them into a box. No wrapping, no paper, maybe a little bit of newspaper around a couple, but just, that's not, you know, newspaper's nice to protect it in the box from moisture and so forth, but it's not good for shipping. And it's just, so many of you have done videos about really poor shipping qualities. Yeah, and that one I have seen, Ifo, the Piko that basically looks like a Volaro. So Piko's been messing with the DB Amtrak. You've never had anything sent through the post? Okay. I send many things through the post, but I do wrap them up. I over-engineer and try to make sure everything's nice and safe and protected. I gotta get my Berlin and Austrian flags somewhere. I've disrespected them. I hate that I balled them up and threw them up there. Bubble wrap and peanuts. Hey, Sir Paul Barry, welcome in. Yeah, I try to avoid the peanuts just because they're so annoying to open. I say, as I got a box this week that had 1,000 peanuts in it. Well, Tim, if I lived where you lived, I would go to the shops because you've got quite a few within an hour, 20 minutes to an hour, hour and a half. I don't know how long it would take you if you ever go out to Lord and Butler's in Cardiff, but the 9-minute train ride to Cardiff and then getting all the way over to Lord and Butler's. But there's so many shops. In the UK and Germany, there are train shops. Some cities, it's a little harder to find them than others. Like Frankfurt, I know has a few, but there's more that are... They're easier to find outside of Frankfurt than actually in Frankfurt. But I do specifically look at... I look for Märklin shops, obviously. Shops that either sell Märklin or are official Märklin shops. Because when I was both in Freiburg and when I was in, what was the other city? Freiburg and Bamberg. I went into a couple of shops that did not sell anything 3-rail. They sold nothing Märklin and nothing for Märklin. Hello, Ian! I'll just have to say V Gates. I know you're Dutch, not German, but you do speak German and English, so you are multilingual, which impresses me. And I'm sorry I missed your stream. Unfortunately, it was already over with by the time I got up at 7 o'clock this morning. But it was cool. I watched a lot of it. I did not watch all of it, I will admit. I did not watch all of it, but I watched a lot of it while I was eating breakfast this morning. But yeah, there's that. So I don't know. I mean, I think the grayish, the silver grayish color of this dude just stands out. And it's an America trade, so I feel my guilt I've had for a couple of years since Sir Dwight of Curly said, why don't you have any American trades? I said, because I run a European layout. But, once I got UK trains, my brain started saying, look, I've got UK, I've got to get an American train. And I easily could have gotten DC American trains. Like I could buy, as a couple of friends have pointed out, my friend Christopher was here earlier. I don't know if he's in the background, but I noticed he wasn't on my list when I read the names. But Christopher and Jean Ricard and a couple others have said you could get the Lemke model and run it on the DC 2-rail down below me, which I easily could do. But then it would be an argument over who's going to run the wrong direction, the UK train or the American train. I'd probably make the UK train run the wrong way. Or I could have them both going the same way, which would be the right way for both of them. But I just like to have my sense of proportion just likes to have the two trains going in opposite directions, So if you never notice that, and I'm sure you all have, when I run my trains, let's get to 11 lane real quick. When I run my trains, every other lane goes the opposite direction from the next lane to it. Ammo Point, didn't they make an American or a 2-rail version of that under the Trix name? I thought the X995 was done in Trix. Now, I will say this, and I don't want anybody taking offense. Yes, when I started looking for 3-rail trains, I did look at the X995, and I just, aesthetically, it wasn't pleasing to me. I did not think it was... It didn't appeal to me stylistically, aesthetically. I wasn't digging it as a model. But I thought I've seen a tricks version of it, but I could be wrong. EFO or somebody knows. Yeah, and there are a lot of people, and see, that's one of the things, like my friend Tom Kessler from Tom's Märklin Layout, and others I do know, but he's one we kid back and forth a little bit about it, is like a lot of the Swiss and a lot of the French diesel and modern electrics, they're very boxy to me. And I don't find them, I don't look at them and go, ooh, that's cool looking, the way I look at an IC3 or 4 or some of the units I obviously do run here. But, you know, everybody has their thing, and I'm totally cool with that. But it might be the difference in my commentary when when he runs one, I'll go, oh, nice train, versus when he runs one that does stylistically, aesthetically appeal to me, I'll go, ooh, that's a stunning loco and cars. He goes, why didn't you think the other one was? Oh, it's that big boxy thing. But that's exactly how I looked at the X995, is just it's boxy, and it's like a lot of the cars out of the 60s and 70s in the United States, the big box American cars, very different than the really cool looking muscle cars that had a little bit more coolness factor to them. Hey, there's Sir Hi. Hey, there's Sir Tom Couples is here. Another one of our long-standing board members. And yes, Ian, I did see your live stream. I wasn't there live. Yeah, I mean, I totally get that, EFO, but even so within that, still a lot of trains have very particular looks. And so even with the crash standards, you still see a wide variety. Not everybody has the, you know, I think the high-speed trains, all for aerodynamics as well as crash, have those longer extended noses. But you look at a difference such as that Class 181 that just went under, very boxy, but I like the way the windows on the one side break it up, and I thought it looked cool that way. If it was just no windows and just one big box, I probably wouldn't like it as much, but the windows help break up that boxy look. Hello, Willie! Hello! The nose is due to the noise complaints in tunnels. Interesting. I mean, I get that. I totally understand it, but I really would have thought that was more aerodynamic than a noise issue. So I find that really interesting that it was more of a noise issue reaction than a aerodynamic action. So that's cool to learn. The new Amtrak sets look like they're wearing a mask. Very ugly. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I like a lot of the Asilas I'm seeing, and wouldn't mind getting one if I could get the matching cars. But I did go with this guy, and so for now, my need for an American train is satiated. I'm happy enough with it. Whoops. Darn it, going the wrong way. There we go. We're going to see everybody. We'll see the 3 high speeds all right there. But yeah, I'm happy with the Piko. It says Amtrak on it, and that's all that mattered. I know it's not an actual living, breathing train, but it just, I was looking at so many things and I saw it. The funny thing is, what first made me go for it was the price, because the starter set was, somewhere between $150 and $200 for the 4-car set, track, controller, and so forth. And I thought, it won't cost that much to convert it to AC. It did cost that much to convert it to AC. It was a lot of work to convert it to AC. I could say it tripled the price. But it was a splurge, and I said, what the heck? It was a splurge, I splurged. Did I see Sir Dwight was here? Hey, Monsville is here. How are you? And that's cool. And I like it. I mean, it's non-prototypical, and I don't care at this stage, Again, my IC3s, my Regio Bonds, I want them somewhat prototypical. I want them to be in the basic consist I would see in Germany. But the other stuff, I'm not as particular. And yet some of you are particular. I have people who give me comments and say, you ran this car in the wrong position on that consist. Or you really should have this loco with this set of cars. And it's like, yeah, unfortunately, I don't have that loco. So and I don't get offended by those comments. If somebody says, oh, you should run a class 44 with those cars. Okay, I didn't know that, so I'm happy to learn that. As long as people are just saying, oh, this would be, this is what actually ran with those things, or this locomotive pulled these things. I like to learn that stuff. I won't necessarily even remember it, but at least I like to learn it. It's when people start going, oh my God, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing here. That's not how that should be running. It's like, okay, take a chill pill. And ammo, that's the thing to do it. Woodthorpe used to be Collins Engage. Now he's Woodthorpe. He runs multi-nations. Eric from A&C Railroad and Life Journey. Eric, he just likes high-speed trains, so he has high-speed trains from around the world. That's what he wants to run as layout. So that's great. I don't judge. I really don't judge. The only time I judge is when the person I'm watching is judging. I judge the judgers. I hate on the haters. Well, welcome in and welcome back, Crafty Budgie Mama. Nice to have you here. The new thing is the new Alstom. Yeah, I was seeing that. That is really a pretty wild one there, EFO. I was just seeing that. Just saw a couple of articles online about that. They were showing, and Alstom was just showing off something else in Salzgitter. They were just revealing a new train they're making in Salzgitter. Hey, did I see Sir Kieran is here? Hey, Kieran, great to have you. And Sir Andy81E, how are you? And thank you. Yeah, I'm very pleased with it. I am glad I'm in a situation where I could do it. And I keep hitting the wrong one because I'm going backwards. There he is, going through Dumnor Station. Let's go to Longview. Yep, you'll see him coming down there. And then coming right in your face there. Of course, that's my dark corner, so it doesn't really pop up there very well. Maybe in the Bremen corner view, but it'll actually be the 11-lane view that he'll show up best. There he goes. There's a good view of him. And then we'll just catch the bridge view here. But yeah, I'm digging it. I'm happy with it. I'm just nervous because it had to have a wire repaired in it, and I had to send it back right after I got it. I was so disappointed. And so I'm just sitting here, I hope it doesn't happen again. But it's looking sharp. It's running well. It's looking sharp. And it is a Piko hobby level. It is a Piko hobby level, which I tend to have bad luck with. Knock on wood. Repainting an old Fratelli EMD. The Euro Dual in diesel mode. Now, is that, when you say the Euro Dual, is that like the Märklin 249 I just got, or is that a different train, EFO? Yes, I'm sorry. And yeah, whoops. There, yeah. Except the Mallard has stopped for some reason. Hey, Mallard, what's your problem, fella? Let's get it going, huh? Get it going. Hey, what's up with that? Come on, Mallard. I tell you, the old girl needed a little encouragement, or old fella. I know I've asked it before, but first of all, do you gender your trains, and do you gender them male or female? Like an old locomotive, do you call it the old boy or the old girl? Now, obviously, in the UK, where they give them names and name them usually after people, you know, the Duchess of Sutherland, you would call an old girl, I'd assume. And the King George V, you would call the old man. Stupid ducker. Stopped in sympathy for your layout. All right, Evo, I'll have to look that up. Oh, wait, no, now I know which one you're talking about. The ones that Suit Express has been releasing. Wow, I do want to get one from Suit Express. I've got that on a wish list, but not a pre-order because, again, they're a little pricier. But I have heard Suit Express makes really good models, and I loved how that looked. So now I know what you're talking about. So you just had to mention the model company that makes it. Yeah, because Suit Express has released a bunch of them in different liveries, and yeah, those are really sharp. I do have one on my wish list if I can work up where I've got the money. But right now, this thing, not this thing, but it's coming down below me now. There it is. That thing killed my train budget for the first half of the year. I'm really not planning on buying any more trains until after I get back from Australia. And if this wasn't killing my train budget, this deck I'm building has killed my train budget. I've spent more money on this deck than I planned. Although technically I can't say that. That's not true. I haven't spent more than I planned. Because originally we were going to spend more, but we decided not to do composite because it was express. Well, hey, EFO, does Suit Express specialize in Spain and Portugal trains? I thought they did Austrian, German, and pretty much all of Central Southern Europe. Oh, now that I fixed it, I left the chair in the way. There, let's move that view. All right, well, we're going to change views anyhow. Let's go to one of the quad cam views. Still waiting to see the triple power class 93. Now, is a triple power class 93, is that like related to the class 91, class 92, and now it's just a class 93, like it upscales, or totally different beast there? So going back to EFO, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know much at all about Suit Express, other than I saw oh golly, I can't. Brunello Russo did a couple of reviews of some Suit Express models a while ago, and then a couple of the German channels I follow were highlighting. In fact, Emma 73 I think had a Suit Express model that they were raving on a few months back. Yep, I'm decked out, and I've still got so much to do. I got one 3-foot section. Well, let's call it a meter, because it was 3 1/4. 1 meter section of railing in this morning. One of the stairs. And those are the hardest to do. Cutting on the angle is, you just got to get the one angle and everything, but it all goes in straight. When you're cutting on the stairs, it's multiple issues because you got to get those cut on the right angles to fit in at the right angle, which is usually around 30 to 35 degrees. And but then you got to set it up so that the spindles are 90-degree vertical, and just getting the angles all perfect. And so I tend to measure, cut a little long, and then slowly shave it down until it fits. And then I got to do the top because, unfortunately, with these old rotted posts, the angles at the top of the post is not necessarily the same. The distance isn't exactly the same because the post can have a little bit of a dip or a wave in it, or even a twist. And that makes it lots of fun. So you do a lot of very precise measurement just to even put a basic cut in there that will work. The container train is your favorite. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just glad I was able to put one out you liked. Because you know me, I don't always, but I do try. I try to put a freight train, because I know most guys are more into freight than passenger. So I try, and then I will, not every week, but at least once or twice a month, I try to put a steamer out just for you steam guys. But now as I get more and more trains, getting the mix, and I often do that. I will look at my trains and go, okay, who has not run in a long time? Which locomotive and which cars have I not run in a long, long time? Yeah, I love Steve's MOBA and Richard's MOBA. Steve's MOBA Zima, if we're thinking the same guy. And then you got, what is it? I can't think of his name. The Traum. MOBA Traum. But MS-73 is amazing. Well, there he is. Hello, Sir Dwight of Curly. Welcome in. You're driving. Well, you should not be texting and driving. Andy, I am off to Budapest next Friday for a few days. Hope to see plenty of locos. Hungary's got some beautiful trains. Budapest. Let's say it correctly. Budapest. Budapest is a city on my bucket list. It is a city I want to go to, but I've still got other places I want to hit first. Poland and Hungary are a couple of countries I'd like to do before I die. Although I'm not exactly thrilled with the political situation in Hungary right now. So I'm not going to go to Hungary anytime soon. Oh, I should have gone to 11 lane. Yeah, Tommy Canada is a great channel. He took some time off there a while back, but he seems to be posting about once every 2 weeks again now. But he went a long time, and then he came back, and it was like, okay, he's redesigned his layout, and then he disappeared for a long time again. And now he's expanded his layout and redesigned a bit of it. But Raymond, Tommy Canada is, it's an interesting channel because he came to my channel, and there are several comments. And he said, and the comments are still there. You have to go back about 4 or 5 years on videos. He wasn't thinking of doing model trains, but he came to my channel because he was looking up some Märklin things, and he had some Märklin stuff, and he stumbled across my channel, and he just said that the fun and my excitement over Märklin reminded him of how much he loved Märklin. And I inspired him to get back into model trains. That's what he said at the time. And of course, now he has like 8,000 subs or whatever he's up to now. No problem, no problem. And that's true, Ifo. They use Budapest and a couple of other cities in Eastern Europe. Those were some of my claims to fame. Like, I inspired Tommy Canada to start his layout. And, of course, he's doing things at a high-end level. Hallo, Dominique! Wie steht's? Wie geht's? But then I was like, I was the 20 to 25th subscriber to Tris at Double O'Neill. And after like his first or second video, I told him, I said, you're going to be big. You're going to be big. And he scoffed at that. And now I don't know how many subs he has. Is he over 10,000 or more now? And the same thing for Ali from Wardle Road. I was one of the first 50 or whatever subscribers to Ali at Wardle Road, and I just remember saying, you're going to be big. And he got to like 4,000 or 5,000, but of course he's not on YouTube much anymore because his job and life, he got married, bought a house, he now works. He's now officially licensed as a train driver. He worked for the London Underground, but now he's a licensed locomotive driver, I believe. So he drives locos, and in his free time, he is with a group of people. He's buying and restoring true scale, full-sized locomotive cars. Lori's Mechanical Marvels has 99.1k subs. Well, that sounds like they would appeal to a lot of different things. Well, I don't know. Oh, Model Eisenbahn Bulgarian. That would be interesting to pop into. You know, the thing is, when we talk about people that are strictly model trains, channels that strictly stick to model trains and model train related, because like Lori's Mechanical Marvels, he does more than model trains. Or, you know, somebody like, what's his name? What's his name? Luke Towan, who does all levels of modeling and hobby, where he's got 2 million, 2.3 million subs or whatever he's up to now. He crosses so many borders. But if you go to guys that just stick to trains, I don't know who the biggest pure model train. At one time, I know IC82 was, but Sam has gone way past him. Even Everard Junction's at 90,000 now. Yeah, see, full-size trains, cars, fire engines, model. You're covering a lot of hobbies. Triss is at 13.6 now. Okay. Thank you for checking that. And yeah, if you start crossing lines and broadening the appeal to many hobbies, and you're good at what you do, then yes, you're going to draw more viewers. I mean, there's still just the blind dumb luck. Yeah, SMT Mainline is over 100,000, and he strictly trains. But he's a brilliant young man. I remember him as a kid, but then he has a lot of friends who help him on that channel. But yeah, he's I am not personally subscribed to him, just because he's in that genre of trains and stuff that was my last genre to kind of follow and get into. American and Canadian trains. So yeah, I am closing in slow. Well, I won't say slowly. I've had a steady growth rate for the last few months. After I hit about 1,500, I keep climbing. I went from 1,500 to 1,900 faster than I went from 200 to 500. Or even 500 to 1,000. But yeah, if I continue at my growth rate, I should be at 2,000 by July. And I don't know if I'm going to celebrate it or not. Hitting 1,000 was a big deal. And then after that, I don't know. I mean, it's nice, but I now kind of look at it. I don't want to be accused of being negative. But to me, the real subscribers are the people who come to my live streams, or the people who watch the lowest crap I do. Like the people that watch me build my deck, or watch the song videos and comment and are encouraging about that. Those are the people that my channel are. I mean, my channel's for me, but the people that still hang around and accept me for who I am and the silliness I do. You got a long Russian reefer? Well, I hope you're not driving. Oh, wait, reefer as in refrigerator car. Sorry, I thought you meant something else. You have to find your niche. You know, for example, There's so many, quote, secrets to growing, but you can do all of them, and you may explode or you may go nowhere. Because there's that blind dumb luck, the domino theory of luck. Just sometimes you catch the right wave, and it just goes. But I have said many times that if I had stuck with doing the Märklin and expanding my doing more technical stuff with my channel, where I show you how to do block detection with this and these new Märklin gadgets, where I would spend money on stuff that I wasn't interested in personally, I would have kept growing and I would have been much bigger by now. But it wasn't what I wanted to do or be. I would add more viewers if I did rail fanning videos. I would have more viewers if I did model building or started showing people me building layout scenery and painting things. All these things would contribute, but it's not who I am or what I want to do. Who I am is a guy that's running trains like I do every Friday, and then I do the silly songs and whatever else. And I found, I don't want to say my niche, but I found what I came to YouTube for. It's not that the stuff I did early on was not, but once I started doing the live streams and found these people that came in and accepted me for who I am and still hang out, that's what I came into. It's a train club we belong to, and we all get along, and we just keep it to the good stuff. But I don't like talking a lot about how many subs I have, because I have friends that have a lot more, and I have friends that have a lot less, and it's mostly true when I say I don't care about how many subs I have. Now, if I lose 100 tomorrow, I'd wonder what the hell did I do, you know? But the people from all the Andes and Anthony's at the top of my list to the Zaders at the bottom of my list, alphabetical. The people that come to my live streams and comment when they can, consistently comment, not necessarily on all my videos, but most of what I do, that's why I'm on YouTube now. I come to see the Tim Dowds and the Toms and the Christophers and the Grahams and all the Andys and Anthonys. A portmanteau word. But see, I didn't even know Mark had a food channel. I only learned that from his live stream the other day. Thanks for your 20 subscribers today. And I encourage everybody to go to subscribe, but obviously you can't watch everybody and everything. So in the end, you got to narrow down. And if you are more inclined to watch the pros and not watch the amateurs, there's nothing wrong with that. You find your things. And so I was amazed when I got 100 subs. I was amazed when I got 200 subs. I was amazed when I got each level I hit. I gained 3 subs today, and I'm like, wow, I gained 3 subs today. But I lost 3 earlier this week. And then gained 3 back, and now I've gained 3 more. So I'm 3 ahead of where I was last week. Yes, very similar to the 151s. I do like the 181s. I thought it was a cool model when I saw it. I'm very glad I bought it, and I hadn't run it in a while, so that's why he's running today. I broke him out. Yes, Siku has a lot of great stuff. When I'm in Germany, I see a lot of Siku 187 things. And I keep telling Joyce that there's a bunch of stuff I should just throw in a shopping cart when we go to like a train shop, or especially when we go to a Müller's in Germany. They just have all kinds of Sikus, and I'm just like, oh yeah, get one of those. And Joyce just says, wait till you've got your layout done, then you can buy all that stuff. Siku will cause flat car addiction. I don't know. The only addiction I have is right now is the model trains that I can talk about publicly. All my other addictions are private. And I went through the stage where money was tight and I could only buy trains that were definitely key trains that we had ridden. Now I'm at the point where, yeah, I can. I mean, it was a hard decision to go ahead and spend the money on this Amtrak here. And let's move the cameras. And I've been on this one for a while, but I get yakking. Let's see how the floor is doing. Let's see if Mallard has stopped again. No, where are you, floor view? There it is. Floor cam. Nope, they're still going. There's floor cam. You need cars for your layout? Understood. But I just see all kinds of cool farming stuff and just random, like German trash collecting trucks and just the various things you would see around town or on the countryside. And Siku just has so much of it. It's and I mean, to be honest, I like them more than most of what I see from Shuko. Yes, they are. I mean, you look at some of the cars Viking puts out at $20 for just a basic car. Only buying multiple wagons at the moment. Okay. But it's you have to, it's a tough hobby. It's a tough hobby when, if you have competitive bones, like, wow, that guy's got so many more trades, or, and you can't be competitive. It's a hobby that if you enjoy trains, you run what you can run. And when I got into this hobby, we did not have a lot of spare money, and that ICE3 was my birthday and Christmas present plus a bit more, because that was our budget for this is how much we can spend on each other and the kids for Christmas. And so that was okay, that's it. Now I can, if I want to, I can drop a little bit more money and buy, I still can't go out and throw $1,000 on anything or go to a train show and spend $500, $600, $700. But I can buy a couple of things, a couple of decent things. You're looking secondhand DC only. Yes, a lot of pointy noses running today with the ICE3 and the I almost decided to run my ICE4, but I wanted to get the RailJet out and have some contrasting colors. But I am digging. Where is he? Oh, he just went through the station. So let's nope, not that one. He's coming down. As he gets to go around the corner, we'll catch him. coming around the corner there. And again, these aren't the best cameras. I need to get a light over there. I gotta light that corner up. There he goes. There he goes. But just enjoying that Amtrak tonight. Just enjoying that Amtrak. I'm enjoying all of them, of course, but I'm pleased, very pleased. So there, we took a little tour with them. Ian, Mobile Station 3 or Central Station 3? I don't, to my knowledge, there's not a Mobile Station 3, and I don't think Märklin announced a Mobile Station 3. Speaking of Märklin and announcements, I don't know if it's just a couple of stores specially offered one. EFO, Raymond, anybody else that follows Märklin, did anybody see that there is a Class 249 that is in the Märklin livery where it's black with the red Märklin on it? It's listed as Märklin 39299, but if you go to the Märklin's website, yeah, Graham, an ECOS is an excellent machine. To me, there is no difference between an ECOS and a Central Station 2 or 3. I think the ECOS is slightly better than the Central Station 2, but I think the newest version of the ECOS, which is the, what is it, the 50.2, the 50.2, I think the Central Station 3 is slightly better than the newest version of the ECOS. The important things that help me is learn to save for things I want. Yeah, that's true, Ammo. There's always something you can get, something you can do. The hardest thing for me is that there are certain trains that come out and they're not available on 3-rail. Like Roco just released a high-end ICE-1, and if they had released an ICE-1 in 3-rail, I would have bought it, because Märklin's ICE-1s and 2s are old models, old sculpts, and they have not re-released them. And I would like to see a more modern version, you know, more modern tech version of the ICE-1s and ICE-2s. Is there software? Yeah, they upgrade it. You go to their site and your ECOS should connect either via Wi-Fi, because I had an ECOS before I had the Central Station 3, and you could just download it straight from the computer into the ECOS. Because just like my Central Station 3, my ECOS was connected to my computer as well as my Wi-Fi. All right, Ammo Point, I want to thank you for hanging out with us and chatting with us. Because I have, let's see, what's the best cam? I should leave that cam on for a bit, but I'll go to this real quick. Because this, of course, is the newest mobile station. Joyce bought me this for Christmas after I decided, don't tell Joyce, after I decided, nah, I didn't need one, Joyce bought me one for Christmas. Apparently I didn't tell her I didn't need one. So when I did announce right before Christmas, I was thinking of one, but nah, it's not. Joyce had already bought one. She was like, She said she was really nervous when I decided I didn't need one. But this is still, I think technically it's called a Mobile Station 2. It's a wireless Mobile Station 2. To me, it's the original mobile, truly mobile, because there's no cord limiting your mobility. And no, I don't have it on right now. I'm not using it on today's show. But yes, the ECOS is a fantastic machine, and I would never tell somebody, get the Central Station 3 instead of the ECOS. I have a Central Station 3 because I am heavily Märklin, and I will say I think Märklin products work better with Märklin stuff. Now, ESU, they don't make their own track. They now make their own locos, but when they started making the ECOS, they weren't even making their own locos. But I did feel that my ESU had no problem with my Märklin stuff, but it did have some problems with my Piko, Roco, and Brava stuff that was made for the Märklin system. In other words, the 3-rail, the AC versions. I'm sure DC didn't have a problem, but it may have been just my machine because I did buy it used. I bought my ECOS. It was a used one, so the problems I was having with it, very small, slight problems with it. Nothing that warranted me having to get rid of it. I just decided I wanted a new machine and decided to get the Märklin because my attitude is Märklin stuff will work better with the Märklin controller. That it's more intuitive, if that makes sense. Well, it may be that your ECOS is up to date and doesn't need an upgrade, because if you do have it connected, it will tell you, like my Central Station 3 tells me when upgrades are available and when new software is available for it. Now, other things like train photos, I forget because it's been 4 or 5 years since I switched. When did I get my Central Station 3? It's been close to 5 years. Some things you have to go into the system and upload and download. Oh, you missed the handle. On the ECOS, the little throttle handle. And then they also had the little automatic train whistle button that was separate where, because I had that version. I had it with the throttle handle and also the little button that was just tuned into the horns. Anything that had a horn function, it just automatically connected. That's the horn, beep, so you could always hit the horns. Oh, Graham, I went through that. Because that was one thing that drove me crazy with the ECOS. And again, when I say drove me crazy, I'm not that serious. It was just one of the little, like with the ECOS, not only did you have to shape it perfectly, but you had to get the color right. You had to do something with the backgrounds. You had to have a white background, or, the Märklin isn't that picky. It can have a green background or a black background. But getting it the right shape and down to the right kilobyte or megabyte size for it to load up, yeah, that's a pain in the patootie. ICE3 going that way and coming around the other way now, coming into view, but it'll be blocked. Yeah, there he is. There's that Amtrak, because that's what we're talking about today. Well, hello, Ray Bobel. How are you, sir? Sir Ray of Bobel, hope you're well. Oh, we did have a little hiccup. Yeah, we're running small there today. Only 32 viewers. I should say only 32. That's still good. From the original blue transfer. Oh, I get that too. Somewhere I had a copy that I bought online of the original Piko controller I had. I was using it as a DC power source for some stuff with my Fowler car, which as soon as I get done with the deck, I'm hoping to get work, because something's coming in next week, which I'll show next week, that's going to remotivate me to get back to work on the Fowler car system. I bought a Fowler car related thing that came in. Gotcha. En route back to the hotel, a 25-minute walk. Joyce thinks anything we can walk in under half an hour or an hour, we can do it. I'm like, yeah, let's take the bus or the tram. No, we can walk it. Yeah, but it'll take half an hour. So, okay, we're walking. I actually had a chance to buy for like $5 or $10 a couple of the old Märklin analog controllers with the knob, as well as Delta controllers. They were like $5 to $15 each, and I was just like, nah, too much for you to learn. Well, hello, Dave from Scott's Rails. How are you? Now, Dave from Scott's Rail, I have been very offline lately, but have you not been posting your Monday, Tuesday video bits? I know you've done a couple of long live streams, but, or have I just been missing them? All right, good night. Hi, thanks for hanging out. Have a good evening. Have a great weekend. But, you know, you had your, I forget what they were all, Tune-Up Tuesdays or whatever it was. You had, like, different shows you did each week. Been extremely lazy recently. I had Wednesday, because it was raining, I had a chance to catch up with a lot of YouTube. And I can't even say catch up. I was watching literally one video on my phone, one video on my computer, one video on my TV, watching them all, trying to make sure I got the gist of what people were doing so I could leave a comment and go, hey, that was cool, and I like what you showed here, and I like that. And yes, I can do that. My ADD allows me to multitask, where I can watch 3 videos at once and get the details out of all of them. Zero sugar, zero energy. I remember when I got up to close to 300 pounds and injured my back, and the doctor didn't care about my back and was like, your blood sugar level has spiked, your blood pressure, you're building up for a massive heart attack. Scared the crap out of me in December of 2019, January of 2020, right before COVID hit, and basically told me I didn't change my diet in terms of what I eat, but I eliminated, like, I used to go to restaurants and would get 2 burgers. Well, I went down to 1. I eliminated getting fries, a lot of snack candy stuff, and I scaled way back on the pop, and I went down to 225. Now I'm back up to 235 because I have been drinking a lot of pop lately. I haven't been working out. I've actually lost a couple of pounds because I've been outside working But yeah, it's but yeah, I was catching up on quite a bit of YouTube Tuesday night. And I didn't have Cayenne and it was raining, so Tuesday I didn't work a lot on the deck. So I was able to watch a bit of YouTube. Wednesday I watched a lot of YouTube. And I've been trying to watch some YouTube in the evening because, like today, I watched some YouTube this morning. But I wanted to watch some of Ian's live stream. Because Ian is such a nice guy and he comes in here and watches and hangs out with my live stream. I feel like I should watch his. Yeah, I understand that. And I don't drink coffee, but I would be drinking at least one pop a day. And then I limited myself to one pop on Friday, one pop on Saturday. This week, the last 2 weeks, I probably had a pop a day on average. Because the 1 day or 2 days I didn't have pop, the next day I had 2 pops. So I think in the last 2 weeks, I've gone 2 days without a pop. But one day where I did have pop, I had 2 of them. And that's way too much. I need to stop drinking pop. A lot of pop and energy drinks. Yeah, that was the thing. The last few years teaching my students how much pop and the sugary snacks they would eat and just constantly eating. And a lot of them were really skinny kids, but it's like, and the Monster energy drinks and stuff like that. There was just too much. Hey, CMD, hello, Sam Day. Good evening, welcome in. You're on the seafood diet, seafood and eat it. But fortunately, I haven't changed most of my routine, although I've had more French fries lately. The last couple of months, I've been eating French fries again. But I still limit myself to 1 burger. I get the smallest steaks. I eat small portions of food. So I have gained some weight back. But if I were to just get up in the morning and start working out like I used to, I'd go back down to 222. I'd like to lose 5 to 10 pounds before I get to Australia. We'll see if that happens. Big train show weekend. British show tomorrow, North American on Sunday. The bank will be drained. I have been catching some of it, Ifo, but again, I am just missing so much YouTube. I've been seeing the show going on. I've been seeing some of the announcements. Like I said, the big announcement that struck my attention was this Märklin Class 249. Which even has a number. It's like 39299, but it's not even on the Märklin website yet. But I've seen pictures of it, and a couple of shops are advertising it. It's like a special made, special request one. So a British rail show. Now, is this the same place or 2 totally different cities, and one is specializing in UK trains and one is specializing in North American trains? And of course, you got the big show in Timonium this weekend. Yeah, Ray just mentioned it. A vanilla cream brulee. 2 separate shows. Okay. Because I wouldn't mind going to an all-UK train show. Just because there are some cars I would be interested in finding to go with my couple of UK locomotives. But Joyce is already aware that I'm going to probably wait till I go to Getz, but I may just start looking on eBay when we come back from Australia. I'm buying a Duchess of Sutherland. I have decided I am getting a Duchess of Sutherland. That is such a beautiful locomotive, and I love the color. So I'm getting a Duchess of Sutherland. And then you guys in the UK have the NEC. And that's my problem. All these train shows are where, these big train shows are when I can't go to them. So I have not seen a lot from Dortmund. I just see the headlines, EFO. But yeah, I really am watching about 1/8 of the YouTube I usually watch. I'm trying to keep up with my news because I haven't, you know, I watch a lot of different national and international channels to keep up with the news of the world and try to avoid the political leanings. Channels that are just blatantly hard a certain direction. And try to find channels like PBS where they are very apolitical. And keep up with what's going on in America and the world. And then when I have free time, try to watch my train channels. That's a great question. My original leaning was the non-streamline. I think I'm leaning non-streamline. But I wouldn't mind getting an LMS in that LMS reddish color. What's the one that's in York next to the Mallard? I wouldn't mind getting that train either. Yeah, the NEC is in Birmingham because it's the same place the Warley show is. Well, was. Yeah, the LMS coronation class. But I just love the LMS liveries. I love the color. That maroon, magenta, whatever you want to call it, just grabs my attention. The Princess Coronation class. Yeah, I just forget which specific train or locomotive, which specific locomotive they have, because I like that one. I don't think it's as cool as the A4s, but it's still very cool. And of course, then there's a couple of streamlined German steamers I wouldn't mind getting, but I want to get ones that aren't World War II definitive. You know, most of the ones that I see are, you know, basically for World War II train stock, and I don't do World War II trains. Duchess of Hamilton. Thank you, Leslie. I knew somebody would come up with it, because I was about to go into my pictures and go, I know we took a picture of its name. Duchess of Hamilton. Thank you, Tim. Yes, the Duchess of Hamilton. Because we are, our next trip to the UK that isn't Getz, we're going to go to York again. Joyce has already said, yeah, let's try to do another meetup at York and see whom we can get. And so we're just going to hang out in York for a few days again. Joyce really liked York. Cardiff and York were her two favorites. You've got two princess classes. Well, the one at York is red with a little bit of gold or yellow striping, whatever it's called. I don't, you know, to me, sometimes it looks yellow and they say it's gold. Sometimes it looks gold and they call it yellow. Hey, if you want to do it, I would never demand or request, but if you got one and you think it would be cool, go for it. And then watch, I'll sleep in and miss it. That would be... I never request or demand anything. I'm just happy. But yeah, I think they're gorgeous. But Duchess of Sutherland is won my heart, and it's the next UK locomotive I'm going to get. The problem is, unless I see a really good deal on eBay, I really am done buying trains before we go to Australia. We're leaving for Australia in 5 weeks. Actually, less than 5 weeks, 4.5 weeks. Well, Tim, that's a. I would hope you're still alive then too. But boy, that sounds almost cryptic. Deutsche Reichsbahn, the bad one. There's a couple of gorgeous, but again, I don't know my classes in these, Raymond and Ifo. You guys know these things like you know the back of your hand. And I don't know these things. But I am definitely... like, there's this really gorgeous German red streamline. Big, big red. I don't know what class it is, but boy, every time I see this really, and it's like a bullet nose. There are different types of streamlined in German as well as UK trains, like A4s versus some of the other streamlines, like the Hamilton. The Duke Hamilton or whatever we just said it was. See, I already forgot. See how bad my brain works? Duchess of Hamilton. Duchess of Hamilton. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. DB Baureihe 10. I don't know how funny it is. I've actually talked about it for a while. I've mentioned it to several people. Of course, unless something I pre-ordered comes in. Now, I've only got 2 trains on pre-order, but I think both are end of the year. I could be wrong. Now, the problem is the DR18 is that East German, because I probably wouldn't go for East German. I'd want pre-war, all of Germany, or West German. The DRG, the red DRG one is an 0110. 0310 or an 05 or 06. Okay, the 18201. All right, I'll look those up. Yeah, that part I know, Raymond. That part I know. But the problem is, of course, post-war, DR became Deutsche Reichsbahn as the East German rail lines, and I don't do East German trains either. I either do, basically I'm pre-war or post-unification. Post-reunification. And the Baureihe 10, only 2 built. Hey, there's Colin from Woodthorpe. Great to have you here, Colin, my friend. Sir Colin of Woodthorpe, great to have you. But, you know, I mean, obviously, if you think about it, my taste in modern trains, the high-speed passenger trains, which tend to be streamlined, aerodynamic, I tend to also have an appeal to streamlined steam trains and attraction. You need to finish off your German train. Well, a couple of sticks of dynamite can do that. Oh, wait, you mean finish making it, building it. Ah, okay. That's right. Yeah, that was a BR10, wasn't it? Yeah, Jim just got some more stuff. Jim's been getting toys all over the place. He just got the one Trix TGV set to finish off his TGV. He got the missing car set. He had bought 2 of the one to make up for the one he didn't have, and now he just found the actual cars he's missing to finish off his proper. The Eagle was pre-war as well. Well, the German Eagle has been there. Okay, it's slightly modified, but that German Eagle, depending on the shape of the wings, goes back because of, well, you know, the 2-headed Eagle would have been, no, actually, I don't think you ever had the 2-headed, but of course, with Prussia, they had the Eagle, and then when they became the emperors, they had their Eagle, and Germany just kind of kept that. In fact, the modern German Eagle, the federal Eagle of Germany, is actually just a modified version of the old original Imperial Eagle. They just reshaped it. And yeah, most pre-war, as I was saying, Prussia, the KPEV, KPEV. Bavaria did not do the Eagle as much, but yeah, you'll see a lot of trains that are pre-World War II are Bavarian trains, like my Bavarian Rheingold and so forth, because Bavaria has always been very, I don't want to say separatist, but independent. You know, the rest of Germans will make fun of the Bavarians. Like, you know, most Germans were Germans, where the Bavarians were Bavarians. Now, mind you, I love Bavaria and I love the Bavarians, but I have been raised with a lot of Bavarian jokes, and most of my friends and contacts in Germany are in northern Germany, and they're not as fond of the Bavarians. It's all in good humor. It's all in good fun for the most part. I've got a few North German friends that do not like Bavarians, and it's a little more than joking. It's a little harsher than teasing. No, I really don't like the Bavarians. With the Group 39 streamline cars. See, right there, you just helped me out with that comment, EFO, more than anything else. That the pre-war World War II red one, the red 0110, because that's the one I see and do like, and would not mind buying if I could find it. I combine buying and finding into one word. Nobody's there now, but somebody will be coming in shortly. There's that little, speaking of KPEV, there's that little P8. And then here comes the freighter, and there comes that Amtrak. Woohoo, Amtrak. I have an American train. Yay, I have an American train. From River Rossi. I've got to find a way other than to look on River Rossi to find more and more of their European releases. Do I have their page saved on my computer? I don't know that I do. And a Rheingold like purple. No, you've sold me on the red. The red would be very cool. It would stand out. Even with all my other red trains, the red streamliner would be really nice. That little Azuma wiggling around. All right, Ian, good night. Thanks for hanging out. Hello, Owen. Yes, I got a Hornby HSD a few weeks ago from Brian Finn's train set shop. Actually, I meant to buy the cars, but I've spent so much money on deck stuff that I did not spend money on those. And if they're still on their channel, I probably need to do that. Good evening. Always a pleasure to have you, Ian. I just wish I spoke more Danish so I could honor you and the rest of the Danish speakers who come in here and speak English. Of course, we could speak German, but then all the English speakers who don't speak German would be a little miffed. The Scherzewagen. See, I've heard that. I did not know they were called Grupa 39, but I've heard Scherzewagen, and I've seen that mentioned on channels. So I will hopefully... Do I have a pen here? I have a pen. Do I have paper? I can make a note. So, Scherzewagen or Grupa 39. Can I write on this? Yeah, it's just a Fowler booklet. So, Grupa 39 Wagen. Also known as Scherzewagen. And then it's a red 01.10. All right, good. Got it. Thank you. Holland flies. All right. Thank you for joining in. Von Don Eisenbahn, good night. You'll be listening in on the drive. Well, I appreciate that. Who the heck is that person? I think I'll not. Getting friend requests on Facebook from people I don't know. Aha! Raymond Legs has provided me with a link. That I will open and check. Okay, so that's a Rivarossi page to look at their... The 20... Now, which one should I start with? The 2024 catalog or just... Wow, that goes all the way back. Now, I'm going to get stuck looking at this and ignore the chat, so maybe I better look at that later. So, Owen, are you leaving as well, or are you saying bye to somebody else? So, Von Don Eisenbahn, goodbye to one and both of you. Thank you for coming in. Always glad to see you. Because, yeah, that I still want to... I was wondering if you'd look up or could find the one I was talking about. The one... Couple of... I just saw a bunch of pictures that came up randomly when I was looking at something about the Dortmund show, and it's this special Märklin themed 249 that Märklin's releasing. If I were to click it, I think that's it. Come on, what were the pictures of it? Somebody had pictures of it. PR349. God, now I can't find the page that was advertising it. Oh well. See, now I'm wasting valuable time. Wow. We just had a major drop edge. The 249 that is in the Märklin coloring, because like I said, it's not even on Märklin's website yet. And I figured, so it's coming in November, which means it'll be released December or January, right about the time all the other ones. The Henschel Wegman is page 128. That doesn't work because the catalog I'm looking at only has there you go. I see it. Stromlinienzug mit Dampflokomotive für 170 Kilometer. Well, that's wild. Wow, that's wild. Now, what are the odds they would release that in an AC version? 0. I think if I showed that to Joyce, Joyce would be like, that is the ugliest damn train I've ever seen. So we had a lot of people take off. Everybody's off traveling, getting ready to go to all these train shows. And of course, Sparky is going live in 10 minutes if people are going to slide over to his stream and abandon me. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Sparky has it all. He's got an actual layout with all kinds of cool trains, and he's got hair. It's an MHI train? Okay, interesting, interesting. Like I said, I would like to find the pictures of it again. Oh, don't go there. My Liverpool team embarrassed me this week. Well, they've just quit. I don't know why they quit. They had a chance to win the league. They took a bad loss against one team, and then they turned around and lost to Everton. It's a very cool looking train, but it's also a weird looking train. It's definitely unique. That's one, if you put on your layout, it's going to grab eyes, but it's going to bring both good and bad comments. That's a train I could see a lot of people going, that thing's ugly. I'm trying to decide if it's so ugly it's cool, or it's so cool it's ugly. I don't know which way I'm going with it. Ah, there goes that camera in and out of focus because too many trains are moving in too many locations. Well, hi there, Randall. I was watching your video, but then I got a phone call. Another one of those Danish salesmen. Claims he was speaking for all Denmark. But I was watching Fredo. I got called just as you were coming out and making adjustments after your near crash in the first race. But Robert from Robert's Train Set put up a new video. I saw Ray Bobel's new video. I didn't comment on it. But a bunch of people put up videos, and I was trying to watch 2 or 3 of them. And then I got called, and then I had to end the call because I needed to get down here and start setting up, because there was stuff I would have done last night, but I picked my trains last night, and I got them on the track and ran a couple of loops with each one, but I also wanted to get that video up, so I was working on that video that came out today, late last night. And so I was just tired. I was crashing. I think by the time I was done editing that video, it was like 10:15, 10:20 when I hit upload on YouTube. It's like, go, upload, schedule. You know, you hit schedule and you go upload or whatever the button is. And I just clicked on it. I was like, I need to get upstairs and go to bed. I was so tired yesterday. Yeah, see, I've got the number. It's Märklin 39299. But even on Märklin's webpage, they don't have it in their database yet. And that's the page where I saw it. Let me see if I can find it. No, I didn't answer the first call because I was already pressed for time. Because if I talked to you, I wouldn't have been out at the stores buying all the stuff I needed so I could get home and finish the one section. So either way, I would have been pressed for time. Worse, Jean Ricard, I probably would have been more pressed for time, because I would have talked for you longer had I been home at the time. So at least at 2 o'clock I could say, Jean Ricard, I got to hang up. I got to get stuff ready. I got to go. Whereas I would have been like, nah, I got time. And then I wouldn't have gotten what I did get done today. And then I would have been blaming you for it. So I'm lucky I missed your first call. Don't take that in a negative way. Because, yeah, that's the page I was seeing it on. Because it was making me wonder if there was a false sense of... Or is that the right page? Maybe that's not the right page. Yep, that's not the right page. I don't know if you got the right link or if I did the wrong link. Huh. All right, I'm going to have to look for it later. Record for the largest locomotive wheels in Germany at 230 centimeters. And why was I not supposed to be working on the deck, Jean Ricard? Could you explain that to me? Why was I not supposed to be working on the deck today? The weather was good. I have a deck I need to be working on. I should be working on the deck. In fact, I did that, Jean Ricard. It's not coming up again. I've been Googling it here while babbling, trying to find it. So I don't know if they... So I could talk to you. Well, I could have talked to you and worked on the deck like I did last week. But I had to go out to the store, the lumber yard, and get the products I needed. Now I have everything I need, except I need more spindles for the railings. But I got enough to get what I want to get done. I want to get one more railing done tonight, but I don't know if that's going to happen because Joyce will come downstairs and then she'll be hungry. I don't know how well she's feeling. Well, I heard her come home at least half an hour ago, so I've heard her upstairs for a while. Ding ding, round 2. It's like round 5,002, Andy. It never stops. No, I already said I need more spindles. Okay, so I'm gonna ask Joyce. Sorry, I've gone quiet because I'm texting messages. Just trying to get final confirmation if we'll have a... And we have to thank Bavaria for that. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Actually, a Danish cheese salesman I would talk to more. I might have even pulled off the road to talk to a Danish cheese salesman. Heck, I might have even called them back from the lumber yard to talk to a Danish cheese salesman. There you go, Jean Ricard. You'll have to retire from your bus job and become a cheese salesman. But they've changed the weather forecast. Tomorrow was supposed to be rainy. Now they say it's going to be good tomorrow, so hopefully I'll get a lot done. Hey, Sean, how are you? Not for long. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just grateful anytime anybody comes on. The fact that so many people come back each Friday amazes me. But we're just, I've been trying to get more and more views of this guy, trying to get some views of this guy. That ICE-3, a German ICE painted in Amtrak livery. That's just very cool. I probably should have had him going this way. You get better views when it's coming into camera, not going away from camera. I just don't have many cameras where they actually come into it. That dude's gonna cut him off. Suppose I could invert the colors on that and call it a Dutch train. Well, hi there, stranger. I wondered if you would just say you weren't up to coming on today. You're doing your Bonnie Raitt, Kim Carnes,
Well, what would you expect?
It's a heartache. Nothing but a heartache. Well, let's go to multi-view for now.
You on OBS?
What?
You on OBS?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, OBS has been working. Don't jinx me fine lately.
Yeah. Indeed.
Okay, I think that's good enough.
Alright.
You're on.
Already on my phone.
Oh wait, we need a microphone. We're gonna need a microphone with a microphone with you talking.
Hi everybody, how are you?
We're doing pretty well today, but okay. Right now my chest is tight.
Say what
so,
happened?
hi Tom. Hi Bailey. Hi Randall. Hi Karen.
And bye, Kieran.
And my Karen. Okay, you're leaving. Alright, so Andy, hi. Okay, hi Woodrow.
Just the look of an angel because the butt.
Hi Sean. Hi Dino. So Dino, I gotta do that right. Hi Andy. Northwest, Andy.
Joyce.
Yeah.
If you weren't here at the beginning when I mentioned it, Joyce is fighting some kind of
something.
sinus, nasally, cold infection, what have you. She could do a better Rusty Twinger today than I could.
Yeah, well, hi Raymond. Oh, yeah, my nose is very irritated. Oh, did you like on this one?
You can refresh it if you want.
Whoops.
Oh, get
Oh,
that out of the way, and then of course your box of Kleenexes.
That didn't work.
There's not enough room to move things over.
Okay, that's better.
There you go.
Adjust this to live chat. Oh, light goes top tap.
Now let's see, what is the current status of...
Alright, good night, Epo.
Oh, Epo is saying good night?
Yeah.
Alright, good night. Behave. No, not hay fever. The doctor last night was saying, oh, it's just allergies. Joyce
No.
knows when it's allergies.
I do know when it's just allergies.
Joyce knows her sinuses.
I do. So now I have something. I don't know, just
Oh, commercial.
I got a very nasty cold or what. So okay, now we gotta go to I'll chat. So no, I've had some sort of bug. I don't know how to
hi,
describe
Greg.
it. So hi, Greg. Just some sort of bug that has just really attacked my head and sinuses. It's all upper and just really annoying. And I'm sort of coming home.
You
but
thought you had a sinus infection
I
early in the
did.
week, and then you decided you didn't, but now you're right back with all the drainage. Now, the weather hasn't helped. The weather hasn't helped because Joyce is very reactive to the weather. And we have had hot and sunny, warm and rainy, cold and rainy, cold and sunny, and it's just been, every day has been a totally different weather event. We haven't had 4 seasons in one day, but we have had 4 seasons in 2 days.
yeah, it's about it. Yeah, lots of kids.
Well,
of
hi,
course.
Alan.
I did have one
I'm
who
even
was
wearing
sick
my
for
real
4
shirt.
days. I had a kid who, my hand's fractured. Your hand is not fractured, and his bandage was falling off some of the nerves. And she traced it, and he just has a soft
Hello,
tissue injury.
Simo.
So
Nice
in
to
other
have
words, he
you.
bruised it.
Or Simo.
And then parents came in to complain
My
about
brain
something, and he
always
made
goes
himself
Simo,
throw
because
up. So he's got a
European.
virus. He'll be gone for the next 2 days. Apparently the hand didn't work.
It can be. What happens, Jean Ricard,
So,
is
hi, Al.
when you're a young teacher, you get sick all the time because,
Right.
yes, the kids have everything. But we talk about it, there's a teacher immunity. After years, you do build up.
Yeah,
But now
I'm not
there's
as
just so
likely to
much
take you
crap going
out.
around, you're bombarded.
So, I
My
say
Lord
they-
is here. His High Lord is here
yeah,
himself.
before Easter, there was a lot right around the building. Since then, it's been a lot better, but then I had one who missed 4 days. So,
So, have you
So,
seen the
I
new
also-
train yet? It's coming around as
Yeah.
we speak right now,
there it
young
is.
lady. There he comes.
Yeah. So you really got an oddball on your layout now.
Oddball, you're hurting his feelings. You're supposed to say, at least first say, that's really cool and sharp looking.
Well, he is cool and sharp looking.
Oh, now you're just saying it because I made you feel guilty.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Heaven's got nothing to do with this.
I'm not fixing it.
You're not fixing it.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, I'm really doing this as I'm home now.
Are
I'm
we
doing
going to
alright
do
today.
anything for dinner today?
I don't know. Do you want to do an ice cream dinner?
We could, I suppose, yeah.
Just we need to get Liz a shake.
I wanted to
or
get
something
more
like that.
more deck done.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Well, you saw I got one handrail in, or did you?
Yeah, I did see. It looks really good.
I want to finish the other side,
Yeah?
and then get that other side done for the grand entrance, and then get the first, get the one handrail in on the main entrance.
Okay.
Now, by tomorrow, I'd like to have all the handrails done.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, that's what's happened in our her students. I say ours, but I've been out of the business for a couple of years. Jean Ricard,
Oh, yeah.
don't you think it looks like a lot like the white train on the next lane? Yeah, she knows it's an
like
ICE
the
3.
I know it's an IC3, yeah, ICE3, and yeah, they do have a lot in common, shape-wise. So anyway, no, I'm not at my best. I honestly might have taken the day off, other than I am doing stuff at work I cannot put in the hands of somebody else.
Yeah, I wish you would have taken the day off. I could have called you out for help a couple of times, put you to work.
Yeah, well,
It is not easy doing some of that as one
no,
person.
of course not. Hi, Joseph.
Hey, there's Joseph again.
So, maybe it's kind of sunk.
Yeah, the problem is you sound husky and you're coughing more than sneezing now.
Yeah, I am coughing more. Yesterday,
Well, the problem is you
sneezed.
don't want to get a chest cold.
No.
No, you get a cold in there and it ain't gonna want to leave.
Because it likes my chest. I know where you're going. So,
And it's got a lot of room to spread out.
are you done?
No.
No? Okay. Hang it on.
Alan, I thought Babs was your mate. Oh, wait, that's British and pirate talk. No, I'm not going to the NEC, unfortunately. Suppose we could have done that, but
It's the NEC.
it's the exact same place where Warley is, and it's another big train show, but it's in April instead of October.
Gotcha. Well, you want to do that next year? It might be easier than going in October.
How? Because either way, you'd still be missing the same days.
I know, but the students would be more established. Are you kidding? He's got a ton done without me, Jean. He's waiting for me. He won't get anything done.
Well, I'd understand what you just said.
I said if you were waiting for me, you wouldn't have gotten anything done other than, as far as we got last weekend.
It's slow work, especially when it's one person.
All right, Leslie,
All right,
you take care.
Yes, thank you, Leslie.
Definitely
Very
time
cool.
for bed. The Hornby Mag did a walkabout, okay?
Take care. And yes, Leslie, I did watch your video today.
Yeah, very often watches it in the morning. Although I don't think you had it on this morning.
It wasn't out when you went. It came out a little bit later, but I was watching, I forget who I was watching. I was watching
Yeah,
Ian's live stream. I was double dipping at the time. I was watching one on the computer and one trying to catch up from last night. All I ever hear is that you are a great help, Joyce.
Well, I help when I can, but like I say, because he's got all this time now that he's retired, it's all getting done during the day when it should get done. Instead of having a long
But
day. trying to
there
finish
is
it.
a thing here. There are times where I need Joyce's help, but it's not consistent.
Yeah.
So she stands around, and she hates that. She either wants to be doing something or be somewhere else where she can be doing something.
He's doing all right.
And I hate to have her be like, well, I'm sitting here holding on to something and keeping it from crushing my spine. Joyce, could you hand me a tool? Because I can't quite get it right now. And she hates being a gopher. All I'm doing is handing you tools. Yes, I know, but I need that.
It's all right. See what the fuss is about. Why not? Yep, awesome.
Oh, wow.
So you're moving
Oh,
to
that's right.
China.
He is. Well, yeah, he has been, but I forgot to ask how the... Because you did mention a
All
while
right,
ago
Joseph,
you thought
that's
you had a
pretty
cell.
cool.
So, yeah.
For heaven's sakes, do a video and show us where you are. That'd be cool.
If the government will allow it.
Yeah, China.
So closing, so he has sold the house
Yeah,
now.
well, good for you. That's a huge life change. Do you speak any Chinese? Any Mandarin? What else is spoken in Chinese?
Well, yeah, Mandarin, it used to be called Cantonese, but now it's called something else.
Yeah.
There's Mandarin Chinese, Cantonese Chinese, and there's a third one. But what used to be called Cantonese Chinese now
Hi,
has a
Kiwi
different
Dave.
name. Hey, hi there, Dave. Welcome in.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm looking on all the different... Oh, there he comes right now. He's coming right here, coming around the 11
Yeah.
lane
He's
cam.
gonna go past his IC3 that I really think
So
he was
they're
modeled
passing.
after. Is he modeled after it?
Well, it's the Piko ICE3. It's a Piko ICE3
Yeah.
repainted to look in the Amtrak colors.
Gotcha,
So
okay.
they are basically identical, other than it's a Märklin model versus a Piko model.
Okay, so Joseph, what are they speaking near you? Oh, you're never late, Dave. You
No
come
such thing as
in when
being
you
late.
Come in, yeah. I'm just happy to see everybody.
Yeah, Sparky went live at 5.
Yeah, Sparky's competing with you, huh?
I don't know if it's competing.
Well,
I mean,
figures
there are a
you
lot of
should-
people that...
Get your butt off at 5, huh? Cantonese and South, Mandarin and North.
Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Alan. Your Chinese wife calls the shots.
The Chinese wife calls the shots. Fair enough. Well, I want videos.
Because Märklin has made Amtrak locomotives and coaches. And, you know, legitimate ones. But they tend to do older models, ones that I wanted very modern era. And the German company Lemke, which used to make their own models, but now I just think they are licensed to release Kato models under their name because they're called Kato Lemke.
Hi, Artie.
Well, there's another wonder from down under.
Are you trying to do yoga, Artie?
Either that or he's in a jail cell, and well, we won't go there now.
Yeah.
You got a pretty mouth. Anyhow, they're releasing a whole bunch of very cool looking modern era, current Amtrak locomotives. And out of the 6 they're releasing, 5 of them look cool and 2 are cool enough to buy. But then I saw this one. Got stuck in your layout good and proper this time. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Now you're just bragging, Andy.
Yeah, really, Andy. It's good for you, though.
I'm still a handy bendy.
In other words, he's flexible, huh? Andy for left.
Gee, I should go over to Dave's. Hi, Dave. Saying hi.
Huh?
Sparky's live stream.
Oh,
Hi, Dave. How are you?
yeah. Flexible friend. That also has multiple meanings, doesn't it?
Is that code?
Oh, that's sweet, Joseph. What about a finer group of people?
If nothing else, we've opened up our doors and welcomed all the cool people in.
Yeah.
And more cool people out there, they just haven't come in yet.
Yeah, clearly we found our niche of
And we
great
seem to
people.
chase away the real, the real douchebags don't come to this live, they
Oh, Artie. That's
Yikes.
not good.
Lemke also distributes Mahano. That's interesting. So they're not even a manufacturer. Weren't they a manufacturer at one time, Raymond? I thought Lemke was a manufacturer at one time, but yeah, they release Kato, and now you say Mahano as well.
Well, we talked about could we close this layout. But I figured there was going to be a point where Anthony is not going to want to be bending over and didn't want to fuss with trying to figure out a bridge.
Took me a week to put those planes up. Yes, he put up a couple of Vulcans.
Okay.
But I saw the picture. I was looking on my phone because I'm watching on computer and TV. I'm watching YouTube videos.
Hey, Mons.
So I'm looking on the phone, and I just look real quick, and I'm looking at the train, and then I see a plane, and I go, oh, that was a nice Concorde. And I was quickly corrected.
Oh.
It wasn't a Concorde, it was a Vulcan bomber.
Ah,
And I was like, well, looking back, I go, yeah, it wasn't a Concorde.
Maybe a lot
But I did my
down.
usual reply when I get something wrong.
Oh, sure.
I blame a few things and the commies.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my God, that has been a joke excuse
Yeah.
since the late 70s with me and my friends. Anytime something goes wrong, we blame the commies. I think we got it off MASH TV, Major Burns or something. I blame the commies, sir. So that just became it. Like my friend Mark, you know, Mokri. Mark, why don't you have your homework done? Well, I worked late last night and I blame the commies. Mark, why are you late picking me up? I blame the commies. Dodge, why didn't you return my call? I blame the commies, Joe.
Yeah, it took you out of a lot of things, didn't it? Oh my. Sounds like you maybe shouldn't work on that layout for a while, Artie.
And how you get, Monsville? Great to have you here. And nice at the Romboy table.
Marxism is a good critique. Rubbish solution.
Because Marxism never accounted for just individual human
Right.
douchebaggery.
Well, greed, I was going to say, but
Yes, he perfectly pegged human society, but he failed to take into account that there are just some humans that are not happy unless they control you. But you can say that about many things, many social human stigmas or groups.
terminus.
Yeah, I know you're a lock shop. I think I bought something from them once. Was it your lock shop? Or was it Trans-European Express that I got my Austrian RailJet cars from?
I don't know.
But we're going to talk now, of course, Marxism, you can argue, is, and that's the problem. Marxism was a economic thing trying to explain in a political realm, and economics and politics go hand in hand in most cases, but they are different entities, and they don't cross over. But anyhow, let's not go any further into that.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, Jean-Ricard. It's economics, not politics.
But anyway, we're moving on.
Well, we're moving on. No different than Sir Thomas More a few centuries earlier with Utopia.
Yeah. We're still talking about it.
Yeah, but it's nothing like we ever dreamt. Till Sir Thomas More, we got another failed attempt. And if it makes them money, they might just save your life this time. Ooh. Still love that song.
I know.
The Shins, So Says I. So says I, we are a brutal kind. Danish Lego builders. No, Chris, don't worry about it. I will go to a point and then I will say, okay, here's the line and we're starting to cross it and then I'll back it down. You did nothing wrong. Your commissar is watching. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar.
Okay. We got rain coming tonight. Nothing serious. Just
Raymond, is it? It used to be two different shops. Trans-Euro Express is Eurolock shop. Huh. I've got two different web pages for them on my saved.
that's kind of funny.
All must be assimilated. There's Euro Rail Hobby, Euro Model Trains, Euro Train Hobby. Oh, there's a bunch of them, Raymond. There's a ton of them. When I first got into Märklin, I looked up all these American sites that sold Märklin and found most of them way too expensive. And then I discovered Annie, Jewel, and Charlie, also known as AJC Kids, and decided I liked them better, but they didn't have, I mean, their prices are now more in line. They seem, sometimes Renaud's is cheaper than Annie, Jewel, you know, AJC Kids. But AJC Kids, customer service is the best bar none. They go out of their way to please you. Charlie is a really good guy. Is the deck finished? No, the deck is not finished. Nowhere near finished.
Working on railing still.
I've got officially...
he's got the hardest one.
I've got officially 5 more rails to put, 5 more sets of handrails to put in, and then I gotta clear coat it off.
Right.
I gotta seal it off.
Well, we'll be on your part of the world in a month. Almost.
Yeah, just 4.5 weeks,
Yeah.
or
That's right.
a month and 3 days.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing about video and YouTube is I can film it and make it look better than it really is. But I do go up and show.
Oh, it looks.
But if I was building for somebody else, I'd probably put more work in getting certain things right. But it looks good enough. You know, when we're sitting on it, it will look good.
Yep. Yeah.
But I do have to go through and make sure there aren't little places where guests would pinch fingers and... You got to get my accommodation so Joyce is fine. There's no my accommodation and Joyce is fine. We're a team. You don't get one without the other.
Right.
But the funny thing is, the first thing I'd have to do is learn code because I always build to local law and code. Except for one little thing. On the one side of the house, see, in America, any stairway has to have rails on both sides, external or internal. It has to have handrails on both sides now, local code. I shouldn't say in America, local code. You have to have handrails on both sides. And I never put a second set of rails on the one side. So I've got to do the second side of the grand entrance. I got to do both sides, but I've got to get a post for that.
Yeah. I forgot what
on the main entrance, and then I've got that. But I should hopefully get at least 3 more in, if not 4 more in by the end of the day tomorrow. It just depends on the weather. Now see, there, Raymond, Roco USA is Micro Macro Mundo. It's the same place. Roco USA is Micro Macro Mundo World. They're the same. Even though they have 2 separate web addresses, it's the same place. And it's run by a little Indian guy, a guy from India. Hey, Clive is here. Hi, Clive. Clive was here earlier, too. Woodpecker Hobbies in Sydney has a great range of TT. Interesting. Not that that's going to help Kiwi Dave. You'd have to fly or swim. Suppose you could take a boat. Oh, Joyce is just coughing up a lung. Only a 2.5-hour flight. Poor kid. Burning the old layout shed and some roof wood. You could swim there? I'm gonna say I doubt you could swim there. I don't like to cast aspersions on any of my friends, but I'm not buying that one, Kiwi Dave. I don't think you could swim to... Now, if you were talking about swimming the English Channel, I would not doubt you. If you were thinking of swimming from Cuba to Miami, like Diana and I had tried 3 times, I wouldn't doubt you. But New Zealand to Australia, I'm going to call BS on that one.
Well, okay then, it's been done.
I reckon I can.
Well, man says it's been done, so you're not paying attention
Well, is
to
he-
long
now-
distance swimmers and
Somebody swam from New Zealand to Australia.
oh. Probably pretty cold too, isn't it?
And I'm just trying to figure the timing in that, because they would have had, you know, you've got so much you got to eat, and you don't just drift there. Did you get out of the boat and get to sleep at night? Because I mean that's a couple of 1,000 miles.
Yeah, back in the 70s. Huh? Thanks, Raymond.
Probably a Scotsman.
That's funny. Right there, that's funny.
So now let's all, who's getting their phone out first?
Yeah.
Reminds me of Monty Python sketch.
TV, I've got a bigger target. Thank you, Dino.
Okay, somebody swam Australia to Tasmania, but according to Google, no one has ever swam Australia, New Zealand to Australia, or Australian to New Zealand. In fact, Quora says it's impossible to be done.
Speaking of Scotland, hi Andrew.
What? Oh, all right. You're departing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Just
All right.
Not feeling too good. So.
All right, Joyce is
bye,
leaving, everybody. Joyce
Just
is just not feeling up
hitting
to
this
snuff.
too hard, so. Oh.
Darn that Google. And yeah, hello, Andrew. I guess I'll take my microphone back and put it in its usual place. But yeah, she gave it her best shot. Yeah, she hasn't been feeling well for a week, and she finally had me take her to a doctor yesterday evening, and the doctor did not say what she wanted to hear. But he didn't really do much. He just, what are your symptoms? And she gave the symptoms. Oh, it's just allergies. Here's this, here's this. And he's like, Joyce is like, no. I know allergies. I know when I have seasonal allergies and blah, blah, blah. Come around the corner right now. There he is, the new guy on the layout, the new guy in the basement. That little Amtrak ICE, totally fictional. And there comes the real ICE-3 past him. So we got them all in one shot. God, that would have been a good angle to catch him. Well, we'll take the Joyce view and put it back on the layout just in time. There he is. That's good. That's good. Yes, I am very pleased with it, especially now that it's running. It's been running for 2.5 hours without any issues. I have been very nervous because I did get it about 2+ weeks ago and had to send it back because it suddenly stopped working while I was running it in before I could film a video. Actually, I had started the video. I had started filming the video. I was going to run it in, but I was doing the introduction. Yeah, Jim has the TGV, but I knew what you meant. Yeah, Jim finally got the one car set that he needed. When he got the original TGV, he couldn't get the one, so he bought 2 of another just to make it the full length. Now he's got the actual missing piece. Because you can buy multiples of those and string it as long as you want. No, I probably will not get any more because, again, I had to pay a lot of money to get this converted to 3-rail. And Piko did make a ICE-3 that is AC. They've got their higher end quality one. But I just would get the Märklin version instead. Like when Piko did the ICE4, they released it a year before Märklin released theirs, but I just held out and waited for the Märklin. The bigger thing is I'm thinking of maybe get one of these Lemke locomotives that are Amtrak, because I really like the one if I could find the right cars, but again, somebody will release the correct matching cars somewhere down the line. But I am at a position where I really should not buy any more trains. I have spent maybe not as much as I planned on buying on this deck because we were going to do composite, but I've had to buy things I wasn't going to buy had we gone composite, so I think it's balancing out. And I've screwed up a couple of things, so I've had to remake some things, so that always adds a cost to it. And like today, I had 2 pieces of railing left, and I was going to finish off one section of railing, but I screwed up a cut. I had the handrail turned the wrong way, so instead of cutting it on an angle this way, I'd cut it on an angle this way. Oops. Just a stupid brain fart moment. You go into the saw table and you set it up and go zip, and you go, wait a minute. Oh crap, I needed this turned the other way. So I had to run out and buy some more. Just makes you want to get a Shinkansen. I understand that. I've got a friend that would love for me to get a Shinkansen if I could find one in 3-rail so he could run it on my layout. Although now he could run it on my 2-rail on the floor, but he wants to see it on my layout. Ah, hey, Ian. Yeah, people love the container train. I think just because I don't run a lot of freight, although I try to have one freight train running most live streams. Not every live stream. Sometimes I do decide to go all passenger. But it's a decent length, and it works for the layout. And, you know, every other show, I try to get a steamer on. Which Ian? Because there's Ian from Lehigh River here. There's Ian from King Fox Junction, who was here earlier. And then there's Ian Modelbahn, who is from Denmark. All right, Dave. No worries. You take care of yourself. Always appreciated. Yeah, he's still online. He was in here earlier. And he posted a live stream. Well, he did a live stream very early this morning, my time, which would have been late night. Pretty much. You know, the containers you see on most American trains, except for American companies specifically. But, you know, Maersk, Hamburg Süd, Shingen, and dozens of others. Yeah, you'll see them all over. I mean, I could almost stick a French locomotive on this, on that train, and it would pretty much be valid in parts of France, or Belgium, or what have you. All these companies are companies that are everywhere. Now, there are some companies that where I only see their containers in, for example, the UK. For example, you only see Tesco containers in the UK. I shouldn't say you only, like it's positive. I have never seen Tesco containers, like on our last trip to Germany last year. We did not see Tesco containers in Europe. And Lumo, we didn't see Lumo containers. Yes, he's been extending his layout, which is very cool. Unfortunately, I was asleep at that time. It was too early in the morning for me. Now, I know, for example, my mix of containers are 20s and 40s. I don't have any 53 footers. So mine are either 20 or 40 here. The biggest difference of container freight, say, between the United States and Germany, in Germany you're not allowed to double stack it. And the US you can double stack. I don't know if you can double stack in the UK, or maybe there are parts of the UK where you can double stack, but in Germany, double stacking is not allowed. Hey, welcome back, Tony. Or welcome back into the chat. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Artie. Very sorry that you got, it's amazing the things, like I was wrapping when I mangled my back so bad 4 years ago, all I was doing was wrapping a present for Joyce. And I leaned forward and grabbed something, no problem. But the minute I got up, my back said that was the dumbest thing you've ever done. and my back has never been the same since. That's interesting, CMD, because yeah, all my stuff is 40 footers or 20 footers or 40 footers. But the United States, there's a lot of, I think what they are, 53 footers. Yeah, I figured, I didn't know if you were just listening in the background or gone, but people were saying hi to you again, so I thought I'd join the chorus. Yeah. It's the muscles. Like I now permanently suffer from sciatica because of that one stupid move. You need to get some 53 footers for your well cars. But my thing is, ever since I injured my back, I do stretches and everything to keep it from, but yeah, I will have days where I just wake up and slept wrong. Or, like, all this work on the deck, my back is sore, but it's not sciatic issues. It's sore, it's stiff, I have to stretch it out, it hurts a bit, but it's not the sciatic. But I can be walking along and wake up one day and I'll feel that sciatic, because with me it's more the right leg. You just feel it from the right above the waistline, right through the buttocks and all the way down to my ankles. You just feel that sciatic nerve, and it is just miserable. And when it's like that, I have to be very careful how I sit. And if it's a day where I'm watching Kyan, it's hard to explain to Kyan, Opa can't lay on the floor and build Legos with you, because my sciatic nerve is not going to be happy when I get up. Well, that's why I love this. I learned stuff, For example, I didn't know Europe had only, or there were 45s only for Europe. I tend to only notice 20 and 40s. And I tend to recognize 53s. And maybe I've seen what I thought were 53s in Europe, and they were actually only 45s. Or maybe I just see 45s and think, oh, those are 40s. But I was watching video this morning for a commercial, and it was a container ship. It was advertising somebody's channel. But it was one of those big container ships hitting really massive waves. And it's just loaded with containers, and the boat, it's just one of those massive freight boats and it's just hundreds of containers on the deck, and it's just, the waves are massive, huge, and it's just going up where you see the whole bottom of the boat coming, the hull coming out of the water and then splash back in. It's just, oh my God, I wouldn't want to be in that kind of water on any boat, but container freight. It's like the same thing when you watch those cruise ships, the really giant cruise ships. And I have seen them coming out of Paderborn in Germany, where they make some of them. And they are so top heavy, it's amazing they stay afloat or even get into storms, because I can't believe they don't just tip over and then the weight just goes so far. Well, 36 double D would be even better than 40 double D. No, that's my problem. I see the big waves and the thought of going by ship scares me. The plane takes faster, but I hate the plane. I love to travel. I just don't like the main modes of transportation and travel. I don't want to sound horrible, but in a dream life, I would live in Europe and just constantly travel by train, go everywhere by train, even go to Paris and then up to Cannes and take the Channel by train to the UK and be good with it. I don't think Joyce would like to drive the Channel because Joyce, I have a fear of heights. Joyce is claustrophobic. She does not like being inside. I don't know if she would like the Channel. Joyce does not like tunnels. Joyce doesn't like elevators. Yes. Although, if we're going to be talking about that topic, I will point out 40 is not the important measurement, because if we're going to be heterosexual men and talk about women, a woman who is 40 double D, or a man for that matter that's 40 double D, doesn't look as impressive as a woman who is 36 double D or a woman who's 34 double D. If you're talking breast size, the only size that matters is the letters, not the numbers. So, yep, it's the letters, not the number. The number is just a measurement across the shoulders, like a man's jacket. Your cup runneth over. Bragging again, are we? But it's the letter that's the important thing. But again, a woman who is 34 double D will look more endowed than a woman who is 40 double D. Because the proportion, the size, is bigger compared to the shoulder, chest size, and body shape. But there Joyce would just be sitting here nodding and saying whatever. Other women would probably, I am a 48. At one time I was a 52 going on 54, but now I'm a 48. I'm a 48 and dress, I can wear 48 regulars and 48 longs, although I prefer 48 regulars. I used to be a 52 long or a 54 regular. Now I am a Hey, Ray Bertelson. As a male chauvinist pig, I am, heterosexual men, and although you can, but, and gay women tend to be divided into two groups, legs men and breast men, or a leg person and a breast person. It's more about the legs or it's more about the breast. I mean, in the end, I think everybody, the real thing is the soul and the spirit. But that was, as a pubescent boy, I've always been more the up top as opposed to the bottom part. I wasn't as worried about legs. And the women that are watching this stream are probably all going, you men are pigs, just for God's sakes. But the reason I bring that up is because the people that say more than the the very crude male comment, more than a handful. I will disagree. There is too big, but it is what it is. And now that we have truly offended all the women in the world, my apologies. Can't help it. But yes, it is that time, sadly, and I don't have my assistant now. I'm going to have to do all this work by myself, just like the deck now. I tell you. Good help is hard to find. Always calling off sick, and I can say that because she's not here. But yeah, I lost track of time. And lastly, Russ Meyer lives. Indeed, Russ Meyer lives. Oh. Come on, get over here, Mallard. And you stop. Safe and safe. Okay. So anyhow, that is, let's get to the right camera before people start bailing out because the checks are being passed out. So despite the ending this chat, trying to keep abreast of everything, I want to thank everybody for coming in, and as always, it's an honor and a pleasure to share part of my Friday with all of you. You people are wonderful. The friendships, the care, the compassion that you all share with each other and with Joyce and me, we truly do feel it and we appreciate it. I want to thank all of you, and I'm very happy with the new train. He or she, whichever gender you want to assign it. It was a great runner today. It was great to see it. Very cool. There's just one problem. Where to park it now? I got to figure out where I'm going to park it. I don't know where I'm going to park that guy. But that's a problem for next week. So, anyhow, on behalf of Joyce, who obviously has not been feeling well, I want to say Auf Wiedersehen, choose happy trains. Take care, everybody. We'll see you around.